what I learned is, after reading stories about some of the greatest marketers out there, is that you constantly have to be out there promoting.
Hello and welcome. Our guest today on CallumConnects Micro-Podcast is James Michels. James is a self-published author with his specialty falling within the crime thriller genre, of which he currently has 4 published works.
A hurdle I've had to overcome as an entrepreneur is the ability to put on several hats. When I first started writing and I published my books on Amazon, I thought to myself, okay, there's billions of people in the world. Somebody's going to stumble upon my books, and they're going to read it and they're going to love it, and it's just going to blow up because the stories are so great. Well, that may be true. The stories are great, but nobody cares unless you really put it in front of their faces. So when I learned that, the success wasn't just going to be handed to you just because you created a wonderful product, that you're actually going to have to promote it yourself, I really got to work. Since then, I have been very active on Facebook. At first, I just, posted on Facebook telling everybody that I published, and of course, friends and family jumped on it, and I made a little bit of money from a few sales, and it felt great. But eventually, it's going to dry up if you're not putting in active work to get your work out there. So since then, I've really become a strong marketer for my product and my brand. I've created a page, an author page on Facebook, not just my personal page, but I also have a Twitter. I developed an Instagram, and a few months ago I started on TikTok. So what I learned is, after reading stories about some of the greatest marketers out there, is that you constantly have to be out there promoting, and you have to look for new and creative ways to get your brand out there. But what's great about it is that with the introduction of such thing as podcasts, there's a lot of residual exposure, as I like to call it, where you can go on a podcast, do an interview for your business, for your product, and that you do it one time, maybe for a half hour, an hour, one episode, and who knows where that podcast will go. 1 million people could be watching it and listening to you talk about your business. And I think that's wonderful. The same is with small videos like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels. These are things that I've really used and have blown up my following. So definitely a message, especially for my fellow authors out there. You really want to stay active on your social media, on your marketing skills. You have to get out there, talk to people. Business cards are another great way, good passive way, with your picture, your website, your books, where you can, go into a grocery store or restaurant. Whenever you see the clerk, the waiter, or whoever, give them a business card. Say, hey, I'm an author. If you like, such and such types of books, please check me out, and there's my website. Speaking of which, I do have a website for all of my books. I have 4 currently published books right now as of this recording. You can check them all out on jamesmichelsbooks.com.
If you enjoyed this podcast and would like to find more inspiring information about entrepreneurs around the world doing incredible things, make your way to enterprisezone.cc.